Hey everybody, welcome back to Innerbrews, Playing With Myself edition. Yes, we're here right now, and I have a new beer for us to try, and I got some cool information for us. Usually we have a guest come on to Innerbrews and we talk about their career and how they became the artists that they are today. And since we're not able to get in the studio and everybody come in and do our interviews with us and have a beer with us, we decided that we were going to shine a light on some of the artists that came out of Michigan that have made it, quote unquote, or are famous now. And today my beer of Innerbrews will be the Sheboygan Brewing Company's Blueberry Cream Ale. This is, it's from Sheboygan, Michigan, established in 2011. Let's see here. Bursting with fruity aroma, this light-bodied ale brew with lactose and sugar is packed with fresh blueberries. Well, we are going to test that right now. And oh, it's got a good kadoosh. Let's see. That is not bad. It's very light. It's not harsh on you. You can definitely taste the blueberries. You'd be shocked that I don't really taste too much alcohol on this. Let me see what percentage we rock in here. That's good. That's good stuff. It's got about a pint in there, and I am having a hard time finding the alcohol contents. All I know is if you probably have 2 or 3 of these, you'll get buzzed up. But yeah, this is the Sheboygan, which is also funny to say, Sheboygan Brewing Company Blueberry Cream Ale. And it is quite divine. I actually like this. Yeah, it's not heavy at all. I could probably drink this and eat something. Yeah, 0%. I bet this doesn't taste like it has much alcohol in it, which could be dangerous in the end. If you have those subtle beers and you're downing one, after the 4th one, you're going to start feeling a little tingling. Yeah, that's the good stuff right there. But welcome to Innerbrews. I have tons of fun stuff that I learned over because as much as I love my state and I love my city, I only knew like a couple famous people that came out of Michigan. Obviously, there's the obvious ones. Eminem, Marshall Mathers obviously came from Detroit, one of the greatest rappers ever. Ted Nugent, Knew the Nuge, was from Michigan. Let's see, just right off the top of my head, the people that came out of Michigan. I mean, I knew there was a bunch of Motown folks that came out of Michigan, but I was really shocked to learn once I started getting into the research here that there is 100,000 billion of these people that came out of Michigan that you probably might not even know. Apparently there's an obvious one that I had no clue of. Madonna's from Michigan. Never knew that. Never in my wildest dreams would I thought Madonna was from the Mitten. I knew Iggy Pop was from Michigan. That guy is still, shockingly, still looks exactly the same. I consider him a vampire because there's no way you can be that age and not aged. I mean, the dude is jacked still. He's got that weird, 80s look where it's like he's almost grandma, but he's too ripped to look like a grandma. Like, you know how Steven Tyler's 2 steps away from a cane and or walker with a flower hat on. That dude is grandma age, and looks like a grandmother. Vern Troyer, Mini-Me from the Austin Power movies, also from Michigan. He's from Sturgis, which was a shocker to me. Didn't know that. For my wrestling friends out there that love the wrestling, there is a WCW WWE legend, Eric Bischoff. He's actually from Detroit, guys. So there you go, Eric Bischoff. Who knew Steven Seagal was from Lansing, Michigan? You know Steven Seagal, the guy from the 80s who used to do the hand grips and whips and things. He's 600 pounds now and still making movies. I don't, the range of motion's still not there. He can't do roundhouses anymore. He kind of does half roundhouses, right around the corner houses. But Under Siege is one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid. Dude's a cook, but turns out to be a Navy SEAL and just totally whoops an ass load of people's kicks a ass load of people's heads in on this ship, saves the day. They did Under Siege 2, where he did the exact same thing, but on a train. Awesome. There was not too many ideas to do in the fucking 80s. Taylor Lautner. Yes. Pretty boy wolf from Twilight. Sure enough, he is also from Michigan. He is from Grand Rapids. I believe, I don't know too many other movies that man's been in. I did see him on a Western movie that Adam Sandler had. He was in that movie. It was actually funny. Did a pretty decent job, but never got into the Twilight movies. I'm sure it was fantastic for some people. Not my cup of tea. I always thought werewolves and vampires were supposed to be scary, not sparkle. That's not what I was thinking. Another legend that I had no clue came from Michigan. Floyd Money Mayweather Jr., one of the greatest boxers of our entire time. He's actually from Grand Rapids, believe it or not. Yeah, the amount of people that I found out came out of Michigan blew my mind. The legend, the Bandit, Burt Reynolds, motherfucker is from Michigan. He is actually from the Lake City in northern Michigan. I'm not even familiar with the city. That's how covert that is. Lake City. I mean, there's bound to be hundreds of lake cities in Michigan. We're the Great Lakes state. Come on now. Paul Feig, he's from Mount Clemens. If you don't remember Paul Feig, he directed Bridesmaids. He did the Ghostbuster remake. A lot of people hated that movie. I actually thought that movie was fucking funny. Leslie Jones is hilarious. You can't defeat that woman. That whole cast was sick. Action scenes, I'll admit they were a little cheesy, but sometimes you need a little cheese on your movie, bro. Who hates cheese? Well, only lactose intolerant people hate cheese, so get off the cheesy ride. Tim Meadows, if you don't know Tim Meadows, he was on SNL. He played the ladies' man. He is awesome, fucking fantastic. He was in Grown Ups 2. He's in a bunch of movies. He was in Benchwarmers. The dude's career is fantastic. Tim Meadows, he was actually from Highland Park. But one legend that I wanted to talk to you guys about, we're talking about 50 years of this man being in, show business. He's his showmanship is second to none. They call him the Godfather of shock rock. His name is Vincent Damon Fournier, and he was born in Detroit. But you would know him as Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper is from Detroit, Michigan made. I'm telling you, the amount of songs the guy put out, he pretty much put his stamp on Dazed and Confused, that movie. I would not be able to picture that movie without School's Out, No More Mr. Nice Guy. Alice Cooper and Dazed and Confused, that soundtrack, sometimes the soundtrack makes the movie, and I'm telling you, that dude made that movie. His band originally wasn't called Alice Cooper in the beginning. He had a weird name. It was called the Spiders and the Naz. Never understood it. Didn't get too much research on why they called it that, but thank God it didn't make it to that. They went with Alice Cooper because of the way the name sounded and the way their shows were. It was a little bit more wholesome to throw that Alice Cooper name on it, because you might go see Alice Cooper and not think, oh, this guy's not going to have a 20-foot, skeleton jumping out at everybody. He's not going to have the painted face and the guillotine and the straight jacket and the electric chair. You might go see Alice Cooper, but without knowing it, you're going to be in for a shocker, and hence the shock jock Godfather. Another great front man. Some fun things is he was in a fuckload of movies, guest starring in That 70s Show. He was in the remake of Dark Shadows with Johnny Depp. He played in that as himself, as you only could, being a legend that you are. He also played himself in a little movie called Wayne's World. Big part of my childhood. We Are Not Worthy, for sure. But Alice Cooper is definitely a legend. He actually changed his name from Vincent Damon Fournier to Alice Cooper after the band broke up, which is just, I mean, how fucking hardcore are you going to be dedicated to your band when you change your name to your band's name? I mean, it's fucking legendary. It's fucking legendary. Favorite song by Alice Cooper's probably not, you probably don't, and maybe never even heard of it, but it's Feed by Frankenstein. It's actually the song that they played on Wayne's World, and it was just a creepy, heavy song that it entertained a child's mind. We're talking about Frankenstein and monsters and shit like that. That's the type of shit as a kid that gets your attention. And sure enough, Alice Cooper, Michigan made. Another fucking legend in movies and stuff like that. I didn't know this either. David Spade was born in Birmingham, Michigan. Sure enough, Joe Dirt himself is Michigan made. Though he went to college in Arizona, he got a business degree at Arizona State. He started stand-up in the mid-'80s in the same state at a place called Greasy Tony's Pizza in Tempe, Arizona. And his first film was actually Police Academy 4. David Spade, Michigan own, also was on SNL, as we all should know if you haven't watched any episodes or been breathing in the past 20 decades. You would know that David Spade was on SNL, and fucking amazing sketches came out of that fucking show. 2 movies that came out of that fucking show was Tommy Boy and Black Sheep. Both David Spade was in, co-starring the great and late Chris Farley, legendary himself. Tommy Boy and Black Sheep are still one of the funniest, 2 of the funniest movies I've ever fucking seen. It still cracks me the fuck up. I love those goddamn movies. It's definitely part of my childhood. The whole scene, David Spade and Tommy Boy, when they're in the factory and the fucking engine turns on and blows back my man's toupee. As a kid, I thought that was funny, and still to this day, it's hilarious. Love fucking David Spade in those movies. Black Sheep, when they're fucking driving, those kids are driving down the fucking road, and they spray him with the fire extinguisher, and he's talking shit, and he says, "Thanks for not sticking it up my ass." And then the next scene, you see David Spade walking, and the camera pans to his backside, and sure enough, big old white extinguisher mark right on his ass, insinuating that's exactly what they did. Shove that fire extinguisher up his ass. Joe Dirt was fucking hilarious. Dickie Roberts is another great fucking movie. He was in Father of the Year. I wouldn't say most recently, but that movie is funny. If you guys haven't had a chance to sit down, go to Netflix, watch Father of the Year. That shit had me rolling. Even his roles in fucking Grown Ups, 2 great fucking movies. Watch those ones. David Spade's fucking hilarious in those. I mean, the talent that came out of this state is definitely, and continued coming out of the state, is fucking awe-inspiring. And back to the Blu-ray beer. It's so smooth. Dangerously smooth, if I would say. Yeah, I've been having fun, just like checking up on people on who knew Dean Cain was from Mount Clemens. I mean, he was fucking Superman. It's not Ben Affleck, granted. He played Superman and Lois and Clark. I gotta be honest, I don't think I've ever watched that shit. I thought that was a fucking my mom's TV show, and they just so happened to mention Superman in it. You know what I mean? But who the fuck am I know? It was probably fantastic and was canon the entire time, I'm sure. Keegan Michael Key, motherfucker, was from Southfield. Believe it or not, Keegan Michael Key, the anger translator, was from fucking Southfield, Michigan, man. That's cool as fuck, man. I mean, from Key and Peele, Pitch Perfect, Toy Story, Keanu. I mean, the list goes on. It's fucking hilarious, dude. The guy's great. And all these great talent just comes right the fuck out of Michigan. All these people. Sure enough, well, right now we are talking about famous artists that came out of Michigan. You might be surprised that John Hughes actually is from Grosse Pointe. And he's the guy who did all your National Lampoons. He co-produced Home Alone. He did 16 Candles. He did Breakfast Club. God, there's so many. I mean, John Hughes is obviously the legend, man. You can't fucking go back to the 80s and not see his stamp on a little bit of everything back in the 80s. Yeah, you are late, sir. We did talk about Eric Bischoff being from Detroit, the WWE legend, blah, 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 blah. Ken Jeong, sure enough, he's from Detroit. Not only is he a doctor, but he is also from Detroit. Mr. Chow himself from Hangover. I didn't fucking know that. Salma Blair, I don't know if you guys remember Salma Blair. She's from Southfield. She was in Cruel Intentions. She was Legally Blonde, but for my nerds out there, she is actually in Hellboy. That's Hellboy's old lady, man. The fire chick, you know what I'm saying, dude? Salma Blair, she is from Southfield. Terry Crews, we all know. If you guys don't know, Terry Crews is actually from Flint. I mean, I would... First time I saw Terry Crews was in White Chicks. Still one of those iconic movies that crack me the fuck up every time I see it. But dude, the number of people that I don't know is I don't know if you guys remember Richard Kiel. He was in James Bond. He played Jaws in James Bond. He also was in The Longest Yard, the original one, Burt Reynolds, also from Michigan. But he was the gentleman in Happy Gilmore that had the nail in his head. Little nail gun accident that Happy Gilmore had and shot his boss in the head. He was actually from Michigan. Sure enough, he was from Detroit as well. And, oh man, it just goes to show you from like a small mitten-shaped fucking state that all this talent comes out of and still comes out of. I mean, I still claim to this day that Ypsilanti has the most artists in the state because it just breeds creativity here. And I can't wait till all this pandemic shut down for good and we can go out and mingle and, you know, share our art with one another and produce art with each other again. I'm super fucking excited to see all that. Another person you guys might know, David Alan Grier from Detroit, the legend from In Living Color. Please believe David Alan Grier is the GOAT. I mean, if you guys ain't seen Boomerang, he was fucking hilarious in Boomerang. He plays in Blank Man, which is still one of my favorite fucking flicks. He was in Jumanji. He played the cop, which is, you know, Jumanji is a very slept on movie. Nobody really gives that movie as much credit as it deserves. Robin Williams, David Alan Grier, fucking hilarious. It makes me want to go watch that shit right now because I loved In Living Color so fucking much. There was SNL people and there was In Living Color people, and the In Living Color crowd just knew funny at a higher level. You didn't get I wouldn't want to talk smack, but you don't get the campiness from SNL. You don't get that whitewashed feel to it. And In Living Color, I mean, dude, the legends that come the fuck out of there. You got the Wayans brothers. They all came out that way. Fucking David Alan Grier. Jim Carrey. I mean, come on now. There's fucking tons of legend. Tommy Davis came out that shit. The list goes on. I mean, so many skits that have you rolling. Oh man, I wish they put that I wish they put In Living Color on Netflix just so everybody can soak that in. Everybody needs to rewatch In Living Color. You can do what you want to do in living color. That's my shit, man. That's my shit. Who else we got from Michigan here? Dean Cain said that one. J.K. Simmons, if you don't remember J.K. Simmons in the Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire, he plays J. Jonah Jameson. But you probably will remember him from Whiplash as the jazz teacher who, I don't know, berates a guy into being a legend, pretty much. Like, and talks shit to him so much that the guy becomes great. To the point of bleeding hands. I mean, the movie is fucking intense. I'm the type of guy that watches movies over and over and over again. That movie was so intense, it's like 2-3 sit downs and I'm good. I can remember the movie. That thing was fucking intense. Dude, he was in fucking Law and Order. That guy's career is fucking long and huge as fuck too. And I heard he's gonna be in fucking the new Spider-Man suit as fucking J. Jonah Jameson, which I'm stoked. I want to see him. I want to see that guy keep acting. I want to make sure that guy is fucking in everything fucking possible. Kid Rock, obviously. Bob Seger, obviously. I didn't really talk too much about the obvious ones, even though like Madonna was, and I didn't realize that one. No, I had no fucking clue. Another fucking legend that people always sleep on, Matthew Lillard. If you can remember who Matthew Lillard is, he was the guy in Scream the first Scream, who ended up being one of the killers. You had Homegirl's boyfriend Billy, and then you had Matthew Lillard's character, and dude, he was intense. And man, you cut me too deep, man. I'm feeling woozy here, man. Like, that shit had me fucking rolling. He was in fucking 13 Ghosts, where he played, like a scientist of some sort, and like his character was hilarious in that. Scooby-Doo, he brought one of our childhood, characters to life at playing Shaggy, and fucking killed it. I don't care who you are. Those movies were actually fucking fairly good. Another fucking movie that every time we go camping, we always go camping in the summer, and whenever we go camping, I always watch this movie. It's called Without a Paddle. It's Seth Green. It's fucking hilarious. And yes, how can you forget his acting chops in SLC Punk? One of the craziest movies in the world, and with the most saddest ending in the world. Not even going to bring it up, because I swear to you right now, I will break down in tears. And if you've ever seen that movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because as I know, I wasn't ready for this, baby. I wasn't ready for this. And that movie was fucking fantastic. But dude, he was in Hackers back in the 80s, fucking with Angelina Jolie. The amount of movies that guy's been in has been fucking numbers, and I swear the guy slept on, man. We need to see him more in movies. I want to see. Let's cast Matthew Lillard as somebody who like a famous character in history. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Matthew Lillard. I want to see him play George Bush. I know Josh Brolin played George Bush Jr., but I wouldn't mind seeing him play George Bush. That probably would be fucking hilarious. Comic book movie. Let's throw him in a comic book movie. Who I want him to play? Make him Multiple Man. Multiple Man was always an asshole. Originally bank robber, but Multiple Man, make him Multiple Man. Who gives a fuck? What's another? I mean, he's already been in so many scary movies. Fucking put him in the Fast and the Furious. Fuck it. They put everybody in Fast and the Furious. Put Matthew Lillard in fucking Fast and the Furious. He could be, Tyrese's stupid cousin. He's loudmouth, talks too much and shit like that. Bam, Tyrese's stupid cousin. Put him in fucking Romeo and Juliet as Horatio. Fuck it, why not? Just throw it out there. Put him in everything. Matthew Lillard, put him in everything, and put Nick Nolte in everything too, because Nick Nolte's fucking hilarious. I'm telling you, that's so smooth. That's really good, guys. That's really good. I'm gonna partake in another one. I don't know if you guys are drinking on a Sunday, but this is pretty much church for me. I couldn't believe David Spade was from fucking Michigan, man. That guy's stand-up is fucking hilarious. I mean, if you even pulled back the ancients, go through his catalog, motherfucker stand-up's fire, man. Like, it's not just, you know, hacky jokes, but like his mannerisms, his fill-ins, his timing, all that shit was fantastic, dude. David Spade is a fucking legend. And sure enough, Michigan fucking made. What's up? Floyd Money Mayweather, that shit blew my mind too. Can't believe those hands were made in Michigan. How dangerous. The murder mitten indeed. Goddamn. Goddamn. I mean, maybe if fucking, you know, Conor McGregor came to Michigan beforehand, he'd be like, see, this is what you're gonna have to fucking deal with. I mean, I'm sure Ireland's not just, you know, picking clovers and finding that 4-leaf, you feel me? What you guys doing out there in Facebook land? Y'all having a beer? I hope so. I know you guys ain't having that blueberry cream ale though from Sheboygan, boyo. Drink that shit up. Who else we got here? I got a back sheet. What? I know one right off the top of my head. Fucking legend. And if you guys haven't seen this movie, you're sleeping on it, bro. Watch Evil Dead. Because believe it or not, that was also filmed in Michigan. The director's from Michigan. And the starring actor, Bruce Campbell, is also from Michigan. He is from Royal Oak. The guy, beyond fucking hilarious. And in that movie, he pretty much makes a cult following out of a series of movies. I mean, you don't get Evil Dead. I mean, you don't get Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness without that first boy. And sure enough, Bruce Campbell, Sam Raimi getting him out there and knocked that bitch out of the park. They, you know, scraped it together as students. Still made out. I mean, like, dude, he made fucking other people's careers because he inspired them. Because if you look at Clerks and Evil Dead and realize how those movies impacted our culture, and then you realize, damn, those guys didn't have shit. I mean, anybody can make a fucking flick. Gives us hope. Maybe we can make a flick, huh? You guys want to make a movie? Let's make a movie. John Witherspoon, if you guys don't remember John Witherspoon, he is the father from Friday. He was in Little Nicky. He was the dad in Wayne's Bros. Dude, John Witherspoon is fucking legend. God rest his soul. He was fucking genius, dude. Fucking hilarious. We already talked about, dude, Sonny Bono. Fucking shit. The only reason we know him, Cher's boyfriend. You know, babe. We're talking. Yeah, we got you, babe. Lee Majors. He's from Wyandotte. Lee Majors. If you guys don't know who Lee Majors is, he was the $6 Million Man. He was also the head honcho that was trying to buy the ski resort and Out Cold, which is a fucking hilarious movie. Jason Lee and fucking Zach Galifianakis in that flick. And Lee fucking Majors, man. Michigan made. Fucking hilarious. Real hilarious flick. So we usually end these bad boys with the, you know, sex, drugs, and rock and roll question. I don't know if I've hit all of them yet. Probably skipping one in particular. I had a rock star moment though when I mean, some venues, if you ever played on a stage, some venues just, if the show's handled well and done professionally, you will feel like a professional, even, you know, if the talent's not up there. As talking about myself mainly, back in the day, we went to a place called the Mod X, and like the Mod X was set up as this giant theater, and in the back there was a load-in area that kind of played as like a green room too. So the bands would all kick back there. They would set up their drums, set up their equipment. We'd all have some drinks, kick it back there. The stage was gigantic, huge stage, and it was also like, I'd say about 5 feet tall. Tallest stage I've ever played on. It was fantastic, man. I felt like fucking money playing on the stage. I felt like a rock star playing on the fucking stage. Commanding the room, the sound, acoustics, all that shit. Everything was just perfectly aligned. The planets were aligned to make a perfect show. Knocked it out of the park. Had a great time. Played with great bands. Played with my friends. I mean, the feeling of playing at that venue totally makes you feel like you're a rock star. You were a professional. So, yeah, man, that's our Innerbrews, playing with myself, baby. Hopefully you guys are somewhat entertained. If not, oh well, you know, check us next time. Maybe we'll be entertained then, or not. Who cares? I'm going to finish my blueberry beer. Be safe, and remember, be nice to everyone, because we love you. So long.